Hello good people, welcome back to yet another interesting episode with your girl Nosisa. First of all, thank you so much for tuning in on yet another episode where I'm still traveling in Sichuan Province, still in Chengdu. This is the second episode in Chengdu. So just to recap on the previous video that I posted, I was showing you the Chengdu research base of giant panda breeding and also the Chengdu Zoo. So things that you could expect and things that you could see and also the directions. So you could just check out that video when you're done watching this one. On this video, I'll be showing you other famous tourist attractions that you'll find in Chengdu. Namely, it's the Mount Qingcheng, which is one of the famous mountains that you'll find in Chengdu city. And the second one, I'll take you to Leshan Giant Buddha, which is the largest cave stone sculpture in China. So you'll find out more about these places as you continue to watch this video. Make sure that you stay tuned. This is Mount Qingcheng, a mountain you'll find in Chengdu city. And just to give you a bit of a history about this place, it's well known for Taoism. That is where Taoism is practiced. And for those of you who do not know what Taoism is, this is a philosophical tradition of Chinese origin. Basically, it's a religion and a philosophy of Chinese. It differs from the Abrahamic religion we're used to, because with the Taoism religion, there is no specific God that they follow. So they just, the principles, they just follow the nature and they go with the flow. And also they advocate humility. So Mount Qingcheng is well known for that. It's well known for Taoism. So about the history of this place, if you'd like to know about the history of Sichuan Province and the rich culture they have, you'll have to visit this mountain because it reflects all the history and culture of Sichuan Province as a whole. And while you are touring or hiking in this mountain, you'll notice that there are 11 temples, and each and one of these temples, they are representing the Taoist religion, and they're also reflecting the traditional architecture of Western Sichuan. Mount Qingcheng in overall, it's a very beautiful mountain and it has so many things. As you can see here, there are shops and restaurants, and you can buy your souvenirs here and you can get something to eat if you are hungry. So it's a place that you would likely get everything that you need. And on top of other things that you can do, in between the hikes, you'll be taken to this place you are seeing right now, where you can take a boat and it will lead you to the other part of the mountain. And I'm not sure, I do not remember how much was this boat trip, but it wasn't that expensive, if I'm not mistaken. So once you are done with the hike after the boat trip, you'll come to this place where you'll have an option as well to take the cable car, or you can do another hiking, of which I would recommend just take this cable car, as much as you still have to pay for it separately, but it will save you because you still have to walk up and walk down to the other side of the mountain in order for you to get to the entrance. And you need to know this, even if you take a boat trip and the cable car, there's still a lot of hiking to do because this mountain is quite big. And the cable car is the last activity you'll find that will get you closer to the main gate. But after the cable car, it takes approximately 45 minutes to an hour to get to the main entrance walking, and there's no any other option. You have to walk down. So you have to prepare yourself to spend the whole day here and you'll get tired. Information on how to get to this mountain. From Chengdu, you'll have to go to the Chengdu railway station and you'll take a bullet train going to Qingchengshan railway station. And from that station, you'll have to take a bus number 101 going to Qingcheng Mountain. When you get to Qingcheng Mountain, then you'll have to take a shuttle that goes to the main entrance of the mountain because it's quite a distance. Another advice, make sure that you get to Chengdu railway station very early. As much as I cannot tell you the exact time, but make sure you take the bullet train before lunch. So, about the Leshan Giant Buddha, it has a long history, and if I were to explain and share all the information about the history of this place, it would be too long and boring. I will be straight to the point and cut it short, because it is listed as one of the oldest sculptures we have in the world. That means it is 1,218 years old, just in case you were wondering how old is this giant Buddha. It took more than 70 years to complete the whole construction because it was started by some guy who's named Haitong, and he tried to make sure that everything was under control. They had to finish the construction, but he died during the process, and they had to get involved, the government and the local officials. They had to fund and sponsor the project until it was complete. And again, in terms of dimensions and composition about this sculpture, I'll go into details on that, but I'll just make a few comparisons so that you get a clear idea and a clear picture of how big and tall it is. So for those of you who have been in Thailand and have visited the region where there is a Great Buddha of Thailand, I'll just make a comparison between the Great Buddha of Thailand and the Leshan Giant Buddha, which is located in China in Sichuan Province, to make it less complicated to explain and also easier for you guys to understand. In terms of dimensions and composition, the sculpture is 71 meters high, and it is said to be the biggest and the tallest stone Buddha statue in the world, except when it's compared to the Great Buddha of Thailand. The entire art piece is built in stone, except for the ears that were designed in wood and covered in mud on the surface to make it a clay, and it was also attached to the head. But when compared to the Great Buddha of Thailand, the Great Buddha of Thailand is 92 meters high, and it is made in concrete and covered in gold. So the one in Thailand is higher in terms of meters because it is 92, and the one in China is 71 meters. But the difference is that the one in China is made in stone and the one in Thailand is made in concrete. But they are both man-made and they're just beautiful. Just to share a bit of information in terms of tourism in this place, from 2001 to 2003, it was ranked as the second most popular attraction among other provincial heritage sites in Sichuan Province, and that has had a breakthrough of 2.5 million visitors in a year. And from 2005, the numbers started to increase for local and international visitors. So this is a very touristic and famous place if you are visiting Sichuan Province. And in terms of operating hours, during the warm seasons, they open from 7:30 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. And when it gets colder, they will open from 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. And the tickets are also affordable. If you want to take the boat trip, it will only be 70 Kwai per person. Taking a boat trip will allow you a beautiful panoramic view of the giant Buddha. Just to give you a bit of a heads up when you're visiting the Leshan Giant Buddha, if you'd like to take a boat trip just like I did, it would be better if you go there during the week because there are no waiting lines and it's not touristic. But if you go there on a weekend, you might have to wait longer because the boat only takes a capacity of 35 passengers and you might wait longer if you want to take a boat on a weekend. And there is another option where you could hike, and the ticket for hiking is only 90 RMBs per person, and that will allow you a very beautiful close-up view of the giant Buddha. And it is plank pathway that has steep and narrow stairways. So if you're up for hiking and you'd like to get a close-up view of the giant Buddha, then you might as well just buy a ticket for hiking, which is 90 Kwai. So among other tourist attractions that you'll find in Leshan in Sichuan Province, there is a place called Oriental Buddha Park, which is a cultural theme park, and it's featuring reproduction of Buddhist statues and Buddhist themed carvings that are made from stones, rocks, and other materials. So if you're wondering where is this place located, it could be a bit confusing if you are aiming to go to the Leshan Giant Buddha because it is located just adjacent to the Leshan Giant Buddha. And I made a mistake because I was traveling alone. I didn't have clear directions of the giant Buddha. So I went to this place and I toured around until I finished the whole place. And I was like, but this is not what I was looking for, until I asked around and I was asking other tourists where exactly is the giant Buddha, and then they told me it's like less than 2 kilometers. Then I also asked the staff that was working there, they gave us directions. I'll try to share as much information and detailed information in a very short space about the Oriental capital of Buddhism. This is a national for a tourist attraction that is located at the 9 peaks of Lingyuan in Leshan, Sichuan Province. And it is said that there used to be temples on each peak, but they were all destroyed during the Asian Wars. And it is the same history as in the Leshan Giant Buddha. The construction of this place took 5 years. The project was initiated in 1989 and was completed in 1994. So this place has been in existence since 1994. And it features one of the great art stones, statues of Buddha's images across the world. And the project was done by Mr. Liu Kai-chu, who is a master of Chinese sculptures, and he's a consultant. But Mr. Liu is deceased now, so may his soul rest in peace with his great work. So the place has more than 10,000 statues of Buddhas, and they have various sizes, including the world's largest sleeping Buddha, which is 170 meters. I must say, this place is amazing, especially if you're interested in cultural theme parks, you know something about the culture of Buddhism, or you'd like to know more. This is a place I would recommend you visit because it has rich information about that. The Oriental capital of Buddhism was built with the main purpose of representing and also the revelation of thousands of years of Buddhist culture, and also to show tribute to the ancient stones that were used for sculptural art. Though I must say, I got inside the place and I toured the whole place. It's amazing, but I found some disturbing art and disturbing sculptures, if I could say, and I'm sorry that I'm not willing to share such information on my YouTube channel, because on this channel I aim to share information about traveling prices and directions. Inside this rock cave, there are different Buddhas that are sitting, others are standing, there are warriors and also kings. So I'll just share a few. So what you're seeing right now is a sitting Buddha in a cave which is 33 meters high, and this place here is a cave of 10,000 Buddhas. The last one, this one you'll find at the exit of the cave. It's 51 meters high. In terms of pricing, the Oriental Buddha Park has a price that is slightly higher than the entry tickets for Leshan Giant Buddha, and you must note this: you have to pay separate entry price when you're going to the Oriental Buddha Park, and you pay another price going to the Leshan Giant Buddha. And my advice, the most traveled place is the Leshan Giant Buddha, the one I did first, and this one is located just adjacent to the place, and it also has information about Buddhism, so it will be up to you if you want to see more and if you find this place interesting. This is how I will wrap up the second episode of my travel in Sichuan Province. Thank you so much for watching until the end. If you do find this video interesting and also informative, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, leave your comment down below on the comment section, and also subscribe. So I'll catch you on the next video, where I'll be taking you to other different parts of Sichuan Province, and you'll see other beautiful tourist attractions. You'll also see the place where they shot the movie Transformers 4.